What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Modern Founders Podcast. Today, I am joined by Amit Zandberg, the 22-year-old CEO and co-founder of Allpros. Allpros is a rating platform specifically built for online courses, mentors, and creators, designed to give you a clear indication of a course's quality before you buy it. Essentially, it's the Yelp of online courses, a dedicated space where students provide verified feedback to help others navigate the course culture world. In this conversation, Amit and I dig into the reality of building a business in a skeptical industry. You'll hear a lot about the 3 red flags to look for before you invest a single dollar in a new mentor or business system, how Amit flipped the script on outreach, moving from chasing creators to having them reach out to him to be on the platform, and the essential strategy for building long-term trust and transparency over short-term sales. So whether you're looking to level up your own education or you're an early-stage founder trying to cut through the noise, this episode is packed with tactical advice just for you. Let's get into it.
I'm Amit, and I'm the CEO of Allpros. Allpros is the rating website for online course mentors and creators, which give you indication of whether the course is good or not before you buy it.
Right. And I was looking through your website a little, and it seems like you have almost every course out right now that on your platform. Is that right?
Yeah. Hopefully not every course. I think just from the
Yeah.
stats, I think there are over 1 million educational creators in the US alone. So I'm not sure that
Crazy.
I got to all of them, but that is only the one that are doing it for a living. It's mean they're making money out of it. Now multiply
Yeah.
it free for all the people that don't make money. But
Yeah.
I don't think that I reach all of them. But I have a decent amount of courses. Some of them are working with us. Some of them just were listed by the customers and by their students, and their page is unclaimed yet.
Right. So how does that work, getting the courses, kind of deciding what courses are going to go on there and putting them on the site? How does that work?
Yeah, so we don't have any selection between the course that we want to have, because our goal is to have, we had 2 ways and 2 approach. One is like making a premium Michelin guide of all the best course, but I don't found it reliable. So what we decided to do instead is just giving every course owner, everyone has the option of putting their course out there. And what we can do and what we do with those courses is we are just the platform for them to get rated, like the Yelp for online courses. And that's why we believe that we can change the industry from the ground and just make a huge difference in the industry, because
Right.
now the creator have the reason to get good feedback and build a really good product.
Right. So what was a specific experience that you had to make you realize that the online education space needed a platform like Allpros? And what were the beginning days of building that? What did that look like?
Yeah, so actually I'm 22, and this is the age I started 1 year ago. So I was 21, and this is the age when you don't know yet what you want to do in
Mm-hmm.
life. And
Mm-hmm.
you're just trying to figure it out and think about, in this journey, what I stumbled upon is a lot of courses, and some of them were great, really great, and some of them were really bad. What I understand, along with my other 2 co-founders, is there is a huge problem in this world because you don't know which course is great and which course isn't. And that is why we understood that we should build platform like that help you and give you the knowledge about it. And from then on, we first tried to make like a marketplace for only make money online. And then we shifted it a little bit, and we have been through the ideation. We ask a lot of creators and a lot of students what they need, what can help them, and how we can help them. And from that on, we just built on pros. We built the platform, we set up everything, and we started working with creators and students.
Interesting. So how many people did you have to get in contact with to kind of build out the system?
Let's talk about, you're talking about the idea or talking about for now, to in order to solve the chicken and egg?
Both.
For the ideation, I'm not kidding. I think let's start with every Reddit post, Quora post, LinkedIn post, every post that exists on the creator economy and in the info product space. I read it, and I've talked with over 400 creators, I think.
Interesting.
And in order to build it throughout the way, because I've already talked with them, this built some of my relationship with them. And I also, in order to get them into Allpros, I changed my approach from getting to them to them getting to me in order to make it much more efficient and much more, it makes them just want to take it instead of me just chasing them. Yeah, please try my platform, use my platform. I'm They're coming to me, and it is much easier and much more efficient.
That makes sense. What was the switch that you made to from going to you reaching out to having people reach out to you? Because I feel like that's a big hurdle. Like for me in my early stage business, I was reaching out to a ton of people, right? And that
Hmm.
you're the numbers are just so large and you're only getting feedback from, maybe 10 people out of
Yeah.
100. So what was that switch for you that made you kind of jump to them reaching out to you?
So I think what was it is when I reached out, I was asking for them help. I was just wondering how I should structure the product and what can I do. And it's just because they want to help you, they will help you. And that is the value they can give you. But in order to, when I want to give them the value, it just doesn't work. I can just come out to people, to a lot of people. I can do it very, very personalized, and that's how it's going. But I don't have the time to do it personalized because I want to have a huge list of creators. But when I approach huge list of creators and just telling them, hey, you can see how I can help you, they're saying, yeah, what the fuck, who are you? And why should I trust you? And even give you 5 minutes of my time. Just imagine yourself getting an email from someone
Right.
saying, yeah, I can do your service for you. And you say, I don't need this service right now. You need to make them want it.
Right, right, right. So you were reaching out to a lot of kind of more A-list players in a sense, right? Because I looked at your site. I mean, there's the Alex Ramozis or all these big name people. Did you have to reach out to all those people individually to get them on the site, or do you just put them on there? I'm curious.
No, those, I think most of the A players, because of their lack of time and lack of attention, because so many people are
Yeah.
prompting them, I just got listed. Every course there, people has been asked to list. I never list course without asking and without, not the creator, but from students. Like, let's say, for example, I'm posting about it and people are just saying to me, yeah, you should post Alex Hormozy post course or Dan Law course. And what I'm saying is, yeah, all right, if there is demand, I should post it. And people are commenting and reviewing it.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Modern Founders. If this conversation gave you even one useful idea, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment on what your biggest takeaway was. I really want to know. It will really help us keep bringing on founders and entrepreneurs who can share lessons behind building business today. And with that, back to the video. Interesting. So would you say Allpros is primarily a search engine for quality courses, or is it a tool to fundamentally change how consumers approach online courses?
I think the second one, because for searching course, and also let's take it in context. There is something important that you should understand. There is two type of ways to purchase a course. One type is you go into Google, best sales course, you stumble up Udemy, Coursera, or something like that, and you end up buying, and this is commodity. The second approach is you following the mentor and he make you trust him and now you want his product. And that way, I think a lot of the people that are using the creators and the creator we listed, first people are using the first way, but a lot of time they're using also the second ways because they want to see the mentors and they've been following him, or they, let's say, for example, were disappointed or very, very happy from his course. And now they can just reply on his course, and people before they buy, they can check the creator and just choose him.
Right, right. Do you know if there's any other products out there like your product now? I've never seen one before.
I know there is a small platform, I don't remember their name. I can look it up for you, but
No, it's
I'm
okay.
not
It's
seeing.
okay.
There is a Class Central, which kind of, but not really. I think we are the first and the biggest.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. How many users do you have, like monthly users on your platform?
Right now, I believe that around 5,000.
And that's across the world?
Mainly USA. We're trying to focus on USA.
Interesting. Yeah. the biggest economy and all that stuff,
Yeah,
it would make
exactly.
sense. Yeah. Interesting.
Hmm.
That's crazy. So before your business became a reality, what was your personal relationship with the digital course space? Did you start as a consumer or were you just looking to strictly make a business off of the course space?
So I think that I would never think about this idea if I were not consumer. I don't think that everyone can come up with the idea if he's not consuming the content and the courses. And yeah, I think I spend in my life more than $10,000 on courses, and I'm huge believer in them. I'm not saying all the courses are bad and crappy and fake gurus. I think courses is one of the great ways to learn, and it can really short your time of learning. And you just need to pay attention to the good course and what isn't.
Interesting. What do you think makes a good course between like in a bad course? What do you think that differentiation is?
So let's start. It start, I believe, with the expertise of the mentors, because the mentor should have some expertise in the field, and a lot of time they don't. So you need this, and I also would prefer to have a mentor who taught some other people, because they want and they know how to make this info right for you. And in the course itself, it's really depend on the ticket and what you buying and the course. Because if you're buying 5,000 course and $100 course, there is a different path and different approach. Let's say for 100 course, let's take this example. In that case, 100 course, what you should expect is a course that give you the right info and the right structure info in a way that you don't need to look in Google or something like that, and you trust the person or the company that provides for you the right info. It's mean, let's take example dropshipping. You want to have a course that talk about dropshipping, not talking too much. It's very focused and just cut for you the learning curve. And as for the 5,000 course, you are expecting something much bigger. You want differentiation. You want some option. You want to learn this approach or this approach. You good to go. You can learn both because you also want to learn and have the change on your choice, and of course get a community and a private mentor that is available for your answer and your questions.
I see. So when you were building out this platform with your co-founders, where did your co-founders play into building the business? Were you kind of the technical person? Were you kind of the person only reaching out? Where did you fit in and where did the others fit in?
So I'm the CEO. I'm focused more about building the strategy and connecting with the creators and the students. And Tal, which is my other co-founder, is like the marketing guy. He's in charge of making this product viral, make it just something that people want to use, people want to share, and also social media and things like that. And Daniel, which is the product guy, is he's in charge of all the product work. It's mean getting the website converting and also making the website something that people really want to use, because there is a ton of approach. And for example, let's take Netflix, which with the Are You Still Watching, which is a genius work of product because it's make people much more longer on the app. So all those type and all the thinking there, he's the one in charge. And we also have a developer.
Interesting. So would you say that the digital course space is I feel like it's a lot of noise. There's so many digital courses out there. Would you say that's because there's like a lack of regulation around it, or is it a deeper misalignment in how people are taught to value online education?
Yeah. So I think I think there is no need in regulation, because you basically even the bad mentors are giving you what they promised. They're giving you the guide on drop shipping, or they're giving you the Python guide, or I don't know what they are promising you. The
Mhm.
problem is the gap of the quality. And you can create amazing restaurant with good food and everything, and people will love it, and it's gonna spread because your food is good. And if you have bad restaurants, people are just going to say, yeah, I don't eat there, I hear they are bad. And that is the problem in this industry, because you people don't know about your product until they pay for you. And once they pay, they don't have any option to give you some kind of word of mouth, because all your marketing is already on digital, and those people that are buying probably not gonna post you.
Right. That makes sense. So for early stage founders that often have, limited capital, limited time, when a founder buys a low quality course, what is the true downstream cost to their business?
There are two type because you can just buy a course and understand very fast. Yeah, it's not what was looking for, and it's not for me, and something here sounds like sketchy or I don't know. And you have the other type. Let's say you are a marketer. I think in marketers it's the best experience because let's say you are a marketer and someone is telling you in marketing course you should do like that and like that and like that, and this person is not qualifying to do it. What will end up is you're just gonna waste month and money on your campaigns because of these people advice that were not good. So I
Right.
think there is a huge impact on bad course. And I think also there is the whole mindset and fitness industry, which there is a crime if if you misleading someone on fitness. This is a crime. This is not good. He's hurting his body or his mindset. You're just telling him, you know, just meditate and don't do anything else
Right.
but manifesting it. You are lying
Yeah,
to
no,
his
I get you.
face, giving him hope, and nothing will happen eventually.
Mm, no, that makes sense. And you're building in a niche, like the course economy is kind of at an all-time high with skepticism, you know what I mean? I haven't met many people where they're not kind of skeptic nowadays around courses.
Mhm.
What was the most difficult problem you had to solve trying to convince both the students and creators that a neutral third-party rating system is in the best interest of everyone?
Yeah. So I think let's say about the creators because this was the first thing I figure out. And what I figure out that the creator can help the students to convince. So if I'm convincing the creators, I don't need to convince the students because they will do their job for me. And convincing the creator, the biggest problem is coming for them, which is a business, and get approached hundred of times because they are big and creators and they have followings and followers, and just telling them, yeah, hi, I'm Amit. You don't know that you need this product, but you need this product, so you should take it and use it. So that is the hardest problem because they are in a state of mind of, yeah, I will just market better and I will get more clients. And they even don't understand that the problem is trust and people don't trust them enough. And I'm seeing the mentors, regardless of using Allpros, that know how to build the trust and with 5,000 followers can generate 1 million a year. A lot of of mentors on the other side, which know how to get viral, but don't know how to build this trust. And with 100,000 followers, they are getting like $100,000 a year, which is very, very lame for this size.
Right.
So the problem is,
Interesting.
yeah, the problem is they don't know. Most of them do, but a lot of them don't know they need this help, and this can improve their business by. I think the biggest change we were improving their business by 300%.
Really? That's from them using Allpros to improve their business 300%.
Yeah, it's like because we gave them a tool for collecting and showing testimonials, and also get exposure on the marketplace. So for both sides, and we help them to convert better and increase their conversion rate. It was, let's say it was 5 and it became 15. So by 300% more sales.
Yeah, for sure. And when you started, did you start with your two other co-founders as well, or did you start this by yourself and then have them join on later?
No, we started together actually. We were just 3 guys, 21, figure out what they want to do in life and what they want to build. And we knew that we're gonna start a business together, but we didn't know which.
That makes sense. So from like a revenue perspective for the business, where does the revenue come from on the All Pro site for y'all?
So I think the biggest revenue stream that we haven't launched it actually is from the creators, because for the creators we give in a lot of service and we can give them
Mm-hmm.
much more. For example, just an example, if you want to collect your testimonials automatically, or giving them some kind of things like that, you want to add video testimonials to your page, or you want to convert the better, or you want more widget, a lot of type of feature that we can add for them, and it's worth money for them. This is
I
like,
see.
yeah,
Interesting. So there's more, you could give them more and you could take a premium for that basically.
exactly. Yeah.
I see. And when you would, when do you think you'll roll out something like that in the All Pros business?
What do you say? I didn't
When do
understand.
you think you'll roll out, like, when do you think you'll put out that option? Is that out right now?
No, right now it's not out. Right now I'm working on developing it. And I believe that in the next month or 2 months, I'm going to launch it because right now my focus is not on that. My focus,
Hmm.
regardless of making money, I can run this business. It's not costing a lot of money unless
Yeah.
the software because I'm not doing any paid advertising. And my focus is to get creator to use Allpros and to try Allpros and to get our products and also drive people to our marketplace and see those products and see the creators, which can drive a mutual benefit for them.
Right. And you've been in the business for over a year, right over a year?
In Allpros, yes. Before that, I had another business.
Interesting. So, how is building business for US based clients out of the US? Is that difficult? Is it difficult there or is it not too hard?
Actually, I think it's hard. Are you from US? Because
Yes, I'm from Florida.
yeah, because there are a lot of type. First of all, my English is not fluent, so people will
Mm,
notice it.
mhm.
And there are a lot of time that a lot of phrases that I can't use, and it's make me sound like not from there. For example,
Yeah.
I'm down for non-English speaker. You first time hearing I'm down, and you don't know what they want from you, and you don't understand they are interested, and things like
Mhm.
that. That just But after a year, I think I caught up. I hope I caught up.
Interesting. Right, right, right. So where were you kind of learning that the ins and outs of kind of infiltrating into the US market? Is it just through like social media and stuff, YouTube? I've heard a lot of, people outside of the US learn English and stuff from like a YouTube, you know what I mean? It's super interesting.
No, but I think I had a decent English. I think when I started, I had worse English than what I'm talking right now, but I
Yeah,
had a
for sure.
decent English. And for the time with talking and understanding, and also, this is not the first business, but the first startup business. So you obviously need to learn a lot of new concept that you didn't have in the other business, which was party production. And so from learning and talking, and yeah, I just caught up, and I think right now I believe that I'm doing good. I can close someone on a sales call or something like that.
Right, interesting. No, that's super cool. So where do you think where did you learn how to do business like this? You know what I mean? Because like you said, there's not a lot of platforms out there that are like yours. It's kind of doing its niche. Where did you
Yeah,
learn how to do everything? You know what I mean?
I take inspiration from two sources. One is taking inspiration from networked product, which we have the chicken and egg, which creator don't have value until we have users, and user don't have value until we have creators. And a lot of platform, for example, Spotify has solved it in the past, so I can take inspiration from there. And also, I have a lot of reviews website, regardless of info, like for example, Trustpilot or G2, Yelp, and I
Right.
can take inspiration from them and see how they do and what they did in the beginning.
Yeah, I see. So if you had a suggestion to somebody, younger than us, our age, kind of starting their own business, trying to find materials to learn off of, how would you suggest them to try to find materials to learn off like you did?
So I have the most old school advice that I can give is find a mentor. It's not mean just paying for someone to teach you, but talk
Yeah.
with people in the industry, talk with people who are 2 stage above you, not 100 stage above you. 2 stage above you is enough. And talk about people who did the same stuff and even tried in a different concept. And also just research how other companies did it that's similar to you. And from there
I
on,
think
you
that's
should
super
be okay.
interesting. Yeah, I think that's super interesting because you talked about like looking at Spotify or Yelp, these huge companies that I mean kind of went from 0 to 1 in their own way, you know what I mean? And I think
Mhm.
taking that for early stage people, it's hard to see the resemblance between the two companies, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think that's super interesting that you were
I
able
would
to see that.
I would also suggest don't start a networked product because this is very hard business to start because it's either you win or either you lose. It's not like let's say a SaaS company or something like that that you can just
Yeah.
get settled on the 1 million ARR and just go on from then and scale at your own stage. Right now I'm in a stage where, Allpos is not we didn't hit all the market yet. And so I'm in the kind of way that I don't know if I'm going to win or lose, and I don't have any indication of it unless I do it.
Right, you just have to get out there and do it.
Hmm.
Oh, that makes sense. So for founders listening who are trying to navigate their own education, kind of like we're talking about, What do you think are the top 3 red flags you've learned to look at to help somebody determine a business system or a course that's actually worth investing?
Mm, I like it. So first check on Allpros. That is
Yeah,
the
check
first
all
thing.
pros.
But regardless of that, let's say he's not on Allpros. Um, a lot of the time you see that, and also notice that a lot of your personal brand that you are following are not talking about what they are teaching. For example, let's take Andrew Tate, which talk about money, girls, and boxing, but he's not talking about the business lesson he's teaching there. And I'm not saying it's a bad sign, but I'm saying it's a red flag because this guy is relying on his charisma much rather than his knowledge. So that is
Right.
one thing. You don't. I've seen a lot of good mentors doing it because I think if this is the best advice to building a personal brand, but a lot of the time you will notice the red flag there. The
That makes sense.
second is their engagement. I mean, for example, their engagement and how they're doing in the field. For example, someone who teach marketing, you want to see they're doing good marketing in Instagram and they have a lot of likes. Or someone teach Python, you want to check out his past and see what he did before. And I think also the price compared to what you get, because a lot of the time the brands are gonna price it on premium either because you can find it much more cheaply, but sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes you see like someone who's just giving info and not just a big personal brand giving you a course for $5,000. So you say, oh yeah, it's worth it. And you just have the gut feeling of when it's worth it and when it's a risk. And you need to understand that it's you need to trust the creators, but sometimes you're gonna fall if you are going to rely on courses. A lot of time you're not gonna buy the course that you will be most satisfied with, and it's okay.
Right, no, that makes sense. And just kind of talking about people coming to you with offers, like big offers, $5,000, you have to spend this to that. It is super important to be able to kind of take a step back and understand, is this really what you're looking for? You know what I mean? Because as a
Mhm.
founder, early stage person, you can't just dump $6,000 into whether it be somebody trying to help you build a team or a course or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's super important. No,
You
that's
you
cool.
know you know what another test that you can do is, let's say someone is selling crypto course, how to trade crypto and altcoins. And you are calling them because obviously if they have $5,000 course, they probably gonna have some sale rep. You call you leave your details and the sales rep is calling. Then let's say you can check. You can tell him, yeah, I'm concerned. I had a gambling problem, things like that that will should be red flag for him, and see if he takes you or not. If he's saying, yeah, it's okay, we will teach you and you should not be worried, stay away. If he's saying, look, brother, I don't need you and I think you should get help and this is not my problem anymore and I don't want to have you as my problem, this is a good sign he's a good mentor.
Right, so if they're not just taking anybody that comes to them, you don't
Exactly.
want people that
Yeah.
are just taking anybody. Yeah, no, that makes sense because their value, they're just probably trying to get the $5,000 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So for early stage founders entering competitive industries, what is your advice to how to build business that prioritizes transparency and long-term trust over short-term sales?
I think the process here is not every business should do it because let's say SaaS product which you sell to B2B enterprise or something like that, and you should be focusing on building a really really good and valuable product and just sell it and have like a sell mechanism, and besides that nothing else. But let's say you are building a brand and you are building something big and you're building something that yeah, it's probably not going to be the most profitable business in the 2 years, but in 10 years it is. You should be focused really on the long term and only do things that first you need to check it. So do the things that don't scale. But after that, although they will tell you differently, do things that scale and think about how you can just do something and get your achievement, whether it's check it if it's work or whether it's working for the long term. I think it's also depend. It's depend on the business. Let's say you are a niche startup that's small a niche problem for, let's say even for course creator. You are solving a niche problem for course creator and it is your first business. You don't need to do it. You just need to think what they need, provide it to them with extra, give them good product experience, good sales mechanism. And from there on, you can just even don't need to focus on the 10 years. You can just think to yourself how I'm going to sell these companies in 3 years and make my $5 million.
Interesting. Is that how you're thinking about your business now?
No, because I think if I would be very idiot because this is business for the long term.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like I need to think about making a change, but I don't know. It's not fit any business. It's not every business should be like that. That's what
Yeah, no, that makes
most of the
sense.
business not should not be like that.
Interesting. Why do you think most of the businesses shouldn't be like that?
I think it's depend because I'm not saying I'm special or something or I know I can make
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm just saying if you have the right idea that you can think which can be big in an industry, you believe you can change. It should be like that. But if you just want to have a business and you find like you find a really really good idea that people are pain. This is the pain for people and people need it. So just build product over it and see how you can sell it. And once you sell it, scale.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because I mean, like you said, in your industry, you're kind of the first person at it, the biggest platform, you know what I mean? You have a chance to actually change the industry. Where if you go into some of these saturated industries, very unlikely that you're going to have the ability to change
Yeah,
the
exactly.
whole industry. I see, I see. So, as you probably know, most early stage founders are overwhelmed by the expert advice out there and the conflicting strategies. Even myself, I've seen so many different strategies coming from so many different places, and it's hard to see what is the most valuable. What do you think is a checklist that you could use to determine if a strategy is actually worth the investment or you moving in that direction?
I think that you need always have to have like the same kind of proof that you need to be looking for. And the proof can be different things. Let's say, for example, right now I'm going big on SEO. And once I go in big on SEO, how can I test it? Because I'm going to know it only in 6 months from now. But I can see that a lot of startups like me, like kind of like marketplaces and rating website, were relying on SEO for their biggest client acquisition way. And in that way, I can see and understand they probably did something right. And I probably should do it right because of that. It's like doing X for my company. And by that I can know. But let's say, for example, I want to test another offer for creator. Right now I have this offer and I want to understand the different offer and let's see how they're reacting. Yeah, I will schedule a few calls, ask for their help, and in one day I can have the feedback of whether its offer is good or not.
And so you're just testing it, testing it, testing it, and then seeing
Yeah,
how people
exactly.
react.
Testing and what you can test, you can check with other companies and yet test, but in bigger time.
Right, right, right. And when you're testing things, it's mostly just you reaching out to other people, getting their input on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking with the client, talking with your client, talking about it. Ask them, you don't. A lot of the time, they don't really care about you, so you can just ask them, is this good for you or not? You need to be a little bit sophisticated, but with a little thinking, you can just figure out a way to test it.
Right, interesting. What is the biggest thing you've learned in business so far, do you think, in your business?
Think I think it's also the biggest quote of building a good product and the rest will follow, and not instead of just trying to focus on all the manipulation and getting big on social media and all the things that beside the business that people found as the easiest road, but you can see in every product that you're using you probably the best answer your needs. For example, even Riverside or
Yeah,
LinkedIn, Facebook,
right,
they
right.
did just
Do you have
good
a
product.
Yeah, no, a good product goes a long way. I mean, that's like a Steve Jobs quote, really. Do you have an entrepreneur that you kind of look up to and kind of like a Steve Jobs or like a Elon? Do you have somebody that you look up to?
I don't have specific one. I love Elon. I love Steve
Yeah,
Jobs, and it's nice to look at them, but I don't think that what they're doing is way different than what I'm doing. So it's
yeah,
very hard to learn from them, except for the principle of time time management and something like that
Mm-hmm.
because they are probably not focused on the product. They're focused on managing the people who manage the product manager. You understand? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing something very far for me.
Interesting. So what is one thing that you've kind of taken away from those bigger names that you look up to?
Good question. Let's say Elon, I think I take inspiration from his work ethic and what he's doing and what he's capable of achieving in short time. And I understand that, well, maybe not everyone is like Elon Musk, but he should just, try to do it like him and you'll probably get much more farther.
Right, right. I think it's interesting specifically along Elon about Elon is that like with SpaceX, he said that nobody was going into the space that
Mhm.
wanted to make rockets like that. And then he was like, I have to do this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that's super interesting that he was like, most people are kind of trying to find a niche that, other people do so they can do it easy. But Elon was like, nah, absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. And also you can pay attention that he bought big companies and he made them bigger and he didn't ignore the trends and things like that. He didn't think, yeah, the hottest thing in 2009 is mobile, so I'm gonna go into mobiles. He think
Mm.
about what is gonna be the next trend in 20 years and been very biased toward it and just achieve this.
Right. What is your relationship with that? Because I think that's an interesting topic, talking about kind of seeing what might be big in the future. Do you think that's kind of what you're doing with Allpros, or what do you think?
I think I'm trying to do it. I think I'm also solving a burning problem right now, and I'm also trying to think what is going to be the future of course course creator and course purchasing, and just trying to figure out
Right. Do you think course creation is going to be as big as it is today in the future?
bigger, bigger,
Bigger.
much more bigger.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting. All right, cool. Well, that's all the questions I really have. I appreciate you for coming on. That was a great time.
yeah. I appreciate the time for researching it.
Of course, of course. All right, that's it for this episode. Real quick, if you're watching this and you're a founder, business owner, or company trying to get more serious about your online presence, that's what we do at my company, Mellow Ad Media. We help businesses create websites, content, and digital marketing systems they need to build trust and grow online fast. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested, you can check us out in the description as well. Thank you again for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.